Hello, it's Fiona here. Now, Kirkcaldy's famous for quite a lot of things, whether it's the queer-like smell as recalled by the boy in the train, our famous son Adam Smith, or when I was younger, folks would come from all over for a night out at Jackio's down the prom. One thing that does have lots of people of all ages flock to the Lang tune is, of course, the Links Market. I've got lots of happy memories of getting all wrapped up and heading down, because it didn't matter what the weather was like. By the time you got to the market, it was always freezing. And then getting off the bus and hearing the music and catching your first glimpse of the big wheel. Now, I've got a book here called Proud to be a Linktonian, and it has lots of happy memories of people from the 1930s to the 60s and who lived in that part of Kirkcaldy. Now, this is James' recollection of the Links Market. Now, James was born in 1927. We looked forward to the market for weeks. We would save up for it in a geely jar, and you'd visit all your relatives before the market in the hope of getting a market penny. Every time we got a penny, we would run down the market. We used to get off school on the Friday afternoon. Links Market weather was a standing joke in the town. There were times the high rides had to be taken down because of the wind, and the showmen were worried about the water coming over the sea wall and their caravans getting washed away. You would always get all dressed up to go to the market, because you never know who you might meet. There were stalls galore, boxing booths, and music from the barrel organs. We used to dance all the way along. The market was free for the first hour. This was to test if we could be killed. We didn't care. We were off like dafties. One of my favourite rides was the steamboats. You started at the back, but by the time you'd finished, you'd slid off. They were a white knuckle ride. At the time, the girls didn't wear trousers, so the boys all sat at one side and the girls at the other. The hobby horses were brought to Kirkcaldy by train. They were hooked together and towed down to the market. And I remember in the mornings looking under the stalls for money or to see what else had fallen out of people's pockets. Some of the prizes were rubbish. My brother's friend won a clock and was very careful with it on all the rides. And then when he got home and looked inside, there was nothing inside. So I wonder how many of you have happy memories of the market. Unfortunately, there's not a market this year, but hopefully next year we'll manage to get a spin on the waltzers, win a prize at Hook a Duck, or try to avoid chipping a tooth on a toffee apple.